Okay, Oster Cougars, this is my last shout out of the year. I've got one more video next week, which I hope to do something a little special and different to kind of end the year on a really positive note. But just before I go into my Cougar Cast shout out, I'd like to do a couple announcements for parents. Parents, in the newsletter, you will find a schedule that the teachers and I have created. We could not end the year without saying goodbye to our students. I know this will be a very emotional day for teachers, but we hope that all of you are able to participate in a drive-by. During that drive-by, there's going to be a couple things that happen. Number one, we will be returning any students' personal belongings. We have bags to pass out to students with those personal belongings, any workbooks, anything that was in their desk or left in the classroom, jackets, lunch pails, whatever. We will send that back. Also, parents, we will have a drop-off box for library books. So if your student has an outstanding library book, we ask that you bring that with you during the drive-by. And then lastly, a couple of parents have reached out wanting to know what's the safest way to give the teacher an end of the year thank you card or gift. We will have individual boxes for parents to do a drop off as well for each of the teachers if that's something you would like to give your teacher, or have your student write a little thank you card. I know that the teachers would appreciate that. It is a drive-by, so we are asking our families to stay in the car so that we are social distancing, but we would love, love, love to see all your smiley faces. So we hope that you can make the times that we've set aside. If not, there is a kind of general missed time that's happening on June 4th. If you have multiple kids that attend Oster, feel free to choose that time as well. I'm just not sure how many teachers will be there at that time, but for sure guaranteed the teachers will be at the drop-off time. So we hope to see you there. I think that's it. So now I'm going to do my shout out for my students. Parents, I just want to thank you personally. This could not have happened without your support. I know the teachers are so grateful for the communication and the feedback, and of course that daily support that you guys have provided your children in this process. This has not been easy, but all in all, we are just grateful that you partnered with us and that you trusted us through this process and you hung in there with us. We're at the tail end. So right now, parents, I want to thank you for nominating your student, and I'm going to do my shout out, and some of the teachers have nominated kids as well. So here we go for our first shout out. We have Jacob in Miss Michael's class, Brandon in Miss Michael's class, Violet in Miss McDowell's class, Emma in Mr. Hickey's class, Rain in Mr. Sinclair's class, Karis in Miss Burrell's class, Adele in Miss Blomseth's class, Emma in Mr. Hickey's class, Reese in Miss Plain's class, Gavin in Miss Rogers' class, Santosh in Miss Plain's class, Mila in Miss Pake's class, Varani in Mr. Hickey's class, sorry about that, Nikhil in Miss Blonseth's class, Xavier in Mr. T's class, Annalise in Miss Allmark's class, Jack in Mr. Hickey's class, Calvin in Miss Ferguson's class, Joel in Miss Celestry's class, Ava in Miss Pake's class, Joanne in Mr. Hickey's class, Mia in Miss Ferguson's class, Declan in Miss Sponseller's class, Minos in Miss Gorham's class, Georgia in Mr. Sinclair's class, Leah in Miss Celestry's class, Karthik in Miss Celestry's class, Jackson in Miss Celestry's class, Xavier in Mr. Tarshish's class, Quentin in Miss Grant's class, Helen in Miss Morrison's class, Liam in Miss Kerpelka's class, Elia in Miss Pezavento's class, Ethan in Miss Pake's class, Braden in Miss Hudson's class, and we've got Elnanya in Miss Donlan's class, and Jason in Miss Shake's class, Joanne in Mr. Hickey's class, Sokay in Mr. Hickey's class, Emmy in Miss Augustine's class, Allie in Miss Allmark's class, and last but not least, we have Prananth in Miss McDowell's class. Students, congratulations. I am so proud of you. For each of you, just trying your hardest. It's what has meant a lot to your teachers. And again, we know this hasn't been easy. Probably the hardest part is not seeing your friends, but I think we're on the curve. Hopefully sometime this summer you can get together with a few friends and make up some of those memories that you might have missed towards the end of the year. So I'm signing off, not for the last time. I'll have one more video next week. But as I always say, join me. You can say, go Cougars. Bye.